We are we are a good group. Welcome everyone, Texas and everyone from everywhere, wherever we are. It is another Thursday. It is now we're halfway through the month. How does that feel? Halfway through June already. Wow. Uh, I don't know what it is. I remember being in high school and a senior told me in high school. She said, "Oh, just wait. After your sophomore year, time's going to go like this." And I was like, "No way." And now I am like, I'm no longer even a senior in high school. I am almost 40 and time is going by too fast. Is there anyone you want to shout out in your world? Any gratitude that you want to share this morning? Any announcements that you want to make to the group? This would be a good time to do that. You just want to raise your hand. And while you think about that, any shout outs, any gratitude, I want to shout out. I forgot to do it last week and I felt really bad. I want to shout out our director of operations, Mary. Mary Simpson is buying her fifth property number five, like not like fifth one ever, but like fifth one that she currently owns. So she is living the dream of delivering homeownership to herself over and over. So shout out Mary, great work around that. Indeed, Chelsea, I see that little yes, Chelsea with the emojis this morning. So definitely want to shout her out. So that was really cool that happened. Any other shout outs this morning or any other gratitude, any other announcements? Put something on your calendar. I will give you an announcement. There is Okay, the 27th. So we don't meet next week because it is call night for all of the people who do call nights on the third Thursday. The 27th, we're going to have Julie Youngblood, and she's going to do a sneak peek of what is happening at Place Day in July. So if that's not on your calendar yet, I'm sure somebody's going to talk about it at some point, but there is a Place Day coming up July 16th, and it's going to be in Dallas. So it's going to be very exciting. Julie's going to give us a sneak peek in what we can expect from Place Day. So that'll be really fun. Now, this morning we have a couple really cool panelists, and the reason we did this morning is last week everybody was so like excited about what we were talking about, and they're like, "We want more of this," and I was like, "Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate the feedback." Who has already signed up for Ben's like summer games? First of all, who knows what the summer games are all about? Okay, got a couple people. Awesome. A couple people signed up. I live under a rock. I didn't realize that, hello, we have the Olympics coming up. So I think that's actually really cool. And of course, leave it to Ben to kind of tie it all together, right? Summer games, Olympics. And so we've got a couple things you can do during the summer games, right? There's the open house challenge, and then there's the dial challenge. And today I wanted to invite a couple people. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight them. I've got Cosmin, and then let me find you, Amy. I already saw you. Let me get you really quick. Here you go.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, there you go. Beautiful people. So, Cosmin, what area are you in the US? Where can we find you?
I am in Metro Detroit.
Metro Detroit. So, big city, lots happening out there. Amy, where are you located?
I am in Shelby Township, which is in Macomb, and I cover Macomb, Oakland, and Wake County, the big
Got
three
it.
counties.
Very cool. And Amy, oh, there you go. You unmuted yourself. Perfect. Amy, which area are you in?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Okay, so we're on two different sides of the globe, of the United States, as at least, right? So that's exciting. Husband, what's the market like in your area? Like, what does that look like?
So yesterday when we had that chat, you asked me the same question. So I just want to say something about Michael Flores, which was my bold coach about 6 years ago, actually 2019,
Wow.
and he advised all of us to keep an eye on the market. So since then, I kept an eye on the market, keeping stats every single week. And this morning, I look at the stats, and it's incredible because we have identical homes on the market that we have in 2019. Right
Wow.
now we have 17,365, and in 2019 we have 17,342.
Wow. Okay, so you're kind of mirroring like the 2019 like active listing market in your area.
Correct.
Excellent, excellent. And those of you who don't know Michael Flores, Michael is in Houston, Texas. He's one of us. So what a small world, Cosmin. Your place, he's place, we're all place. I love it. Amy, how's the market in your area?
Yeah, the market's interesting in my area. We're dealing with a lot of bipolarity. Certain homes in certain areas are just going gangbusters and really flying off the shelves with high escalations up to, $200,000, $300,000 over list price, which is wild. And then we have other homes that are sitting and staying and are great opportunities for buyers. So homes with any little quirks, anything that's not truly market ready, seems to be kind of hanging out and getting kind of low activities, and presenting opportunities for our buyers.
Okay, so anything that is not in perfect shape is sitting. What a tale of two markets. Okay. And what a tale of like all over the nation. We are so different.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, at least in my area, things are sitting a whole lot more than your areas. And yet the good ones are moving fast and they're still getting multiple offers and they're getting lots of showings. So it's just a wild, wild thing right now. Okay, so both of you have been doing open houses, maybe for different reasons. Cosmin, what's your reason? Like, why are you doing open houses? And I know you've had 4 closings already. Like, so just talk to us why you're doing open houses and talk about the closings that you've already had. I think the 5th one on Monday.
Fourth one on Monday.
Fourth one on. We're already speaking more into existence. The 4th one on Monday. It's only halfway through the year. Why are you doing them? And who are these people that you're closing?
So first reason, it's to grow my database.
Okay.
Second reason, to get more listings and more buyers, which is happening.
Okay. Yes.
And
Who's the first person who closed with you from open houses?
first buyer that closed with me is actually in my subdivision.
Okay.
I hosted the open house on a Saturday and Sunday. They came through, and do you want me to show everybody my process? Tell everybody my
I would
process with
love
the open
that.
house.
Yes, let's do it.
So this is the flyer, the QR code. You guys all know it, right? From Brevity Marketer, that I put at the entrance of the house. When somebody comes in, I greet them with Ben scripts. Welcome. Today is a good day to buy a house, isn't it? And the next thing I say, okay, people are coming to my house for 2 reasons. First reason is they are a neighbor and they're looking to find their home value. Second reason, it's they are a buyer. Which one applies to you? Okay, I probably 19 out of 20 are buyers, not that many neighbors. They still come through, but you have more buyers. So when they say they are a buyer, first question I ask them, are you working with an agent? Yes, we are. Okay, please scan the QR code. The seller would like to know how many people we had through. And after you're done scanning your QR code, if you work with an agent, please give me their name so I can put in my system in case you're writing an offer. I know who wrote the offer.
I love that. That's a good script. That's a good script, you guys. Let me put your agent's name and information in my CRM. So if you write an offer, I know who you are. Like that takes the awkwardness and ew away from people not wanting to give you stuff. Okay, keep going. I love that.
So when they when they scan the QR code, you get a text and they go to Brevity, right? My computer is open. I take some notes to know who they are. Kids, no kids, single, no single, just so I know when I go through my notes after the open house who they were. If they don't have an agent, I forgot to mention something. If they do have an agent, I ask them, did you sign anything with an agent? They say no, then game on.
Got it.
And
Got
actually,
it.
the first buyer said, yes, we have somebody that sends us listing, but we didn't see anything. I said, okay, game on. When they come in and they scan everything, if they don't have an agent, then of course I'm going to spend a little bit more time. The way I operate with my listings, I put them in in the MLS on a Thursday as coming soon, and I open them to public right when I start the open house on Saturday, either at 12 or at 1. And then majority of the time, in the first 30 minutes, you get at least 5 to 10 couples through. And what I've been doing lately too, I actually recorded everybody and posted on my social media.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's watching you.
Absolutely.
And the most successful one that I had this year, I had within the first 2 hours and Sunday another 2 hours, I had 74 buyers through.
So what's interesting, Cosmin, for everybody who doesn't know kind of the Metro Detroit area, I looked up his area. Redfin actually has a lot of data. And I'll send out the link of how you can find kind of like market trends in each area. Cosmin's area, like, it's normal. It's not hot. Like, he's creating hotness, right? He's creating, like, his strategy is creating this. It's not that the area is just blowing up amazing pre-pandemic, it's just the normal area, and Cosmin is creating a strategy of going to market a certain way, allowing showings a certain time, so that he maximizes the open houses. Why do you do that, Cosmin? Like, why not just list on a Monday? Whoever wants to come through can come through throughout the week whenever they want, right? Because like your buyer, I mean, your seller is going to get an offer probably anyway. Why do you like strategically put your listings on at certain times? Is there a reason?
Of course, even though all these 74 buyers came through within 4 hours, not everybody wrote. We had 13 offers, yet when everybody that's in the house are spending 20, 30, 40 minutes and they see there are another 4 or 5 other buyers in there, they realize, okay, if I really want this house, I have to bring my A game to the table when I write the offer.
Yes. Bingo, bingo. Have you guys ever gone to like a restaurant and it's completely empty? Or maybe you're the only one. I went to one this week and like I walked in and there was only one other couple. And my first thought was, is this restaurant good? But if I go into any restaurant right now, if Cosmin and I go have dinner and we walk in and it's a full restaurant, we're pretty excited. Like, this is going to be good food because we're not the only ones who thought so. You're doing that exact same thing with your houses. I love it. So the first person that you had closed from open house, they bought your listing. It was a listing in your neighborhood.
It was a listing in my neighborhood. They told me they were working on an agent. They
Okay.
didn't sign anything. So we end up buying the property. They had to sell their condo. I listed their condo on the market. In this case, I had to do an open house Friday between 5 and 7. 30 minutes before the open house was over, I'm getting a phone call. We're on our way. We're coming from Clarkston, which is about 30 minutes away. Please wait for us. We really want to see the property. I actually was locking the door. It was past 7 o'clock, and they just show up at my door. So, of course, I let them in. They wanted to buy the property for their daughter. I showed it to them that Friday in the morning. The daughter came as well. She saw the property. She loved it. We went to the office. We wrote a cash offer. We closed it in 10 days.
Wow, amazing. Your third one, your third closing, they were, tell me about it. It was a Brivity Connect lead.
Yeah, this one it is a little bit on the strange side.
It is, but I thought it was a good story.
It is.
Like, how are we going to connect a Brivity Connect lead to like an open house? Like, walk with me.
So the owner, single lady, former teacher, lived in a 2800 split level, which means the master bedroom is on the main floor. Majority of you know that. She came to a Facebook ad, my website. I kept in touch with her over time. I went there. The house was a mess. She had practically paths where you could just go through. That's how many things she had everywhere. So I sent one of my cleaning crew there to help her clean the house. They cleaned the house really good. She wanted to move closer to her sister, which is about 20 minutes from where she lived. And this January, I of course, I follow up in January, and her sister answers and said, Linda died December 28th. So I kept her on the phone a little bit. She wanted to hang up our call really fast, but we end up talking, and I told her who I was. I told her I was the one that helped her sister with cleaning her house and organizing a little bit and so forth. We end up listing the property. I put my quickly sign in the yard because I didn't have the post yet. And I got a call from this buyer on a Friday that I want to see the house. Again, I'm opening the house on Saturday at 12 o'clock. Come and see me. He came over, spent about 40 minutes. I'm going to bring my fiancée tomorrow, which was Sunday. He brought her over. They wrote an offer. We closed it. $200,000 down, $265 finance. We close in 14 days.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. You just never know where all of these paths lead. What about the one closing Monday? What was the story on that one?
This one, it is almost double my average price. It's at $675. It is in Rochester Hills. And he called me Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. I picked up the phone. He said, yeah, I'd like to come and see your house. Yeah, I'll be there between, that time was 11 to 1. Said, okay. Came over, we're walking through the house, 85-year-old people, gentleman, his wife probably it's late 70s. She didn't go upstairs or downstairs, just stay on the main floor. She had a boot on her foot. She broke it a couple days ago. We'll go in the basement. On our way up, said, I want you to write the offer. Cash, $675. We're closing Monday.
There you go. There you go. I love to get into the stories because sometimes we're like, does anybody even buy listings, right? Like we're so used to the other agent bringing the offer, that when we're strategic about it and we're using our open houses correctly on our own listings, like we're leveraging that for all of our showings. We're leveraging quickly so that they are able to reach out to us versus, like, let's be real, they go on Zillow all the time, right? We're giving them an opportunity to directly talk to us, which you're doing really stinking well. I love that.
Thank you.
Amy, why are you doing open houses? Like what's even happening in your world?
Well, first and foremost, I'm doing a ton of open houses because I want a bigger business, so I have to do bigger things. I completed the 30-day open house challenge in March, and I'm gearing up for Ben's summer games, where I will be taking on both the open house and dialing challenges simultaneously,
Well, okay,
because I want more.
you want more. I like it. But walk me back, like, so this time last year, were you just doing like a lot of open houses and you're just like open house queen, or talk to us?
No, so I've always had two main leverages, one being internet leads and one being open houses. And in 2020, when we could not do open houses, I leaned really heavily into internet leads, and that was my focus at the time. So I had completely stopped doing open houses for years. And I just started doing open houses again in like October, November.
Okay.
And was doing about 3 per month. And then this open house challenge came along, and it was like, all right, let's 10x that and go for it. And so now my standard is to do 4 open houses per week.
Okay, excellent. What does that look like? Like pre-open house, what are you doing? Like, walk us through that.
Yeah, so previewing is super important, and that can be either same day or day beforehand to really familiarize myself with the home, make sure that I can represent that home well. Oftentimes my open houses are other agents' listings. Of course, when I have listings, I'm hosting my own, um, but I don't have 30 listings right now to go and host a different open house every day. So I have to find them. So it's previewing and then it is connecting with the listing agent, ensuring that I'm asking them all the questions that I anticipate buyers are going to ask me so that I can look like the subject matter expert for that home, that area, that neighborhood, everything.
What are some of
Um,
those questions? What does that sound like?
so it's asking the agent, hey, why is the seller selling? Because I feel like buyers always want to know that question. It's finding out what are the ages of the major systems of the home. Is there, if I'm not really hyper aware of that neighborhood, it's asking, are there schools nearby, or what do people do in the area? Um, just really getting any intel and insight that I can capture from that listing agent. And then it's also doing a reverse prospecting property match search in Brivity. So I am plugging in the listing and then I'm emailing and then calling everyone that is a potential match for that property prior to the open house and using that as a leverage to really just get into conversation with more people. But
What do you
using
say?
that invitation.
Yeah, what do you say? So like you're going in, you're finding a property match, and then you're calling everybody in your database that's coming up. What do you say to not make it awkward?
Yeah, so it's, hey, this is Amy with the Hill Team Real Estate. How are you? And then they respond, and then it's just wanted to let you know you came up in a as a potential property match for this open house that I'm hosting tomorrow at blah blah blah. Tell me, are you still actively searching for a home, or tell me what your current real estate plans are? So it's almost derailing away from the open house. That's just my in as my excuse to be calling them.
I love that. I hope you guys heard that. That is a really good way to do this. It feels way different from I'm just checking in on you.
Totally.
I love that. Okay, so we're doing that pre-open house. Like, go time. You're in the open house. Like, what does that look like for you?
First and foremost, it's making sure that the house looks presentable. I'm an extension of that house and vice versa. So, that can be picking leaves up off the floor, that can be um, sweeping up some cobwebs, or, just making sure that the home looks as pristine as I would want it to if it were my listing. Um, from there, it's as leads come in, my opening line is, hey, like, are you here shopping for a home for yourself, or do you live here in the neighborhood? And the purpose of that question is I'm figuring out, are you a buyer or are you a seller? Um, and when they're like, oh, I'm a looky-loo neighbor, I'm like, great, I love neighbors. Are you here trying to get a sense of what your home might be worth? And asking those questions. From there, it's building general rapport. I start with some light-handed LP Mama, and then I release them. Go look at the house. Come back to me when you're done. I would love to hear some feedback on what you think of this home. And then they come back to me. And the idea is that then we continue to build rapport, continue with LP Mama. I like to ask, um, not not do you have an agent, but oh, who are you working with? And that can open up a lot of questions. It's also asking, has anyone taken the time to sit down with you and talk you through the process of buying a home and help you put together a strategy for success? Or has any agent taken the time to visit your home to give you a sense of what your home is worth in the current market? And that can help open up a lot of questions. And then I have a minimum standard. of capturing at least one new nurture from every open house that I do, with a goal of setting an appointment with every open house that I do.
I really, really love that. And I love that there's intentionality behind, like, you're not there, just like Cosmin, you're not there to waste 2 hours of your time, because I'm sure both of you have stuff to do on a Saturday, on a Sunday, on a Friday night. Like, this is very strategic for you. Now, a question to both of you: do you ever like run out of open houses to do, or do you have to find some last minute, or like, or does everything just line up just perfectly for you and life is just rosy and we're like the rest of us are wrong?
I will say, on the last day of my open house challenge, so I was doing 2 open houses. It was on a Friday. I had set a goal that I was going to complete my goal on Friday the 29th, and take a 3-day weekend. That was my reward for myself. And so I was hosting a midday and an evening open house. My morning open house went pending an hour before I was supposed to have my open house. And that was going to destroy, that was my 29th. And so I had to think quick on my feet and call an agent that I had hosted for previously and said, I'm committed to my goal. I know we won't have much advertisement, but can I please host this open house? She was like, yeah, of course. And so, yes, homes go pending on a regular basis in my market. And it's backfilling and not taking that as, oh, okay, so I get a free day today. No, it's just finding another opportunity. And then and I do a lot of weekday open houses. And if nobody comes, that's okay. I can Brivity dial from wherever I may be. So it's utilizing that time. That's my office time. I just have an office that moves around.
Got it. What about you, Cosmin? Like, are you really strategic with which open houses you're choosing? Are you doing a whole lot of them? Like, what's your strategy around it?
I am going after new listings,
Okay.
the
Brand new
one that are
listing.
priced right, and I know that will bring traffic. As I mentioned to you yesterday, I'm spending between 100 to 120 per listing on Facebook.
Okay.
The promotion starts Friday, goes till Monday.
Okay.
I'm looking to get leads from there as well, build the database. For
Got it.
example, there is a new property in my subdivision that's going live tomorrow. I called the agent. He actually is doing an open house Saturday, and he might let me do the open house on Sunday. I'm not sure about that. I'm waiting for his answer. That property is actually a match for 45 buyers in my database, which one of them reached out to me after I sent the link yesterday to get additional information. And I already scheduled a showing for one of my buyers for Saturday at 2 o'clock. So
And
yeah, to
yeah.
answer your question, I am strategic with my open houses. I don't want to waste time on a house that's been on the market for 30 days.
I want to go back to you, Cosmin, just for a second, because something I remember from our conversation yesterday was you are dropping voicemails through Mojo. Uh, so you're circle prospecting and you're door knocking before your open houses, which I know like that's what it says we're supposed to do, but you know how it is. Life gets in the way and we don't always do it, but you do. So like, what does it look like when you're circle prospecting? Like you're just recording the
It's
voicemail.
simple. If they answer, I invite them to the open house.
Okay.
If they don't, my name is Cosmin. I'm with the host team at Keller Williams Lakeside. I'll be in your neighborhood this weekend holding an open house Saturday between 12 and 2 and Sunday between 11 and 1 at the address Colonial, 4 bedrooms, 3,600 square foot. If you have any friends or family that might be interested in moving close to you, please stop by. I'll be there.
Okay, excellent. And for those of you who are not taking the time to record an actual voicemail for every open house you do, like this would be pretty smart. Like I think it's really, really smart. Not only have they heard your voice, then you door knock. Do you do door hangers? What do you do?
Yes, I do door hangers. I actually write the
Like a
open house.
sticker on it?
No, I handwrite
Oh my gosh, there you go. Well, y'all, this isn't even like
Amazing.
fancy. Look at that. He handwrites the address on the door hanger. What a concept.
Yeah, handwrite the address and the times. About 20 to 25 minutes. You can listen to something when you write that, or just write it if you don't have anything to listen to. But yeah,
Okay, so it's a door hanger inviting them to your open house. So you've circle prospected, you've done your door hanger, and then they're coming to your open house. Concept. What a concept.
last open house, the one in Rochester, 52 doors, talked to 13 people, which is a good ratio.
Fantastic. Yeah, if you knocked 52 doors and you talked to
That's
13,
25%.
absolutely. Will you do me a favor after the call, and will you, if you have a copy of your door hanger or a picture of it, will you send it over? Yeah, pretty much. See, he's got one ready to show us. I'm not disappointed. Look at that. All right, so it's just.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Right there. Right there. There you go. It's just that these are a Brivity marketer.
They are.
Fantastic. Okay. Let me see. I want to see something real quick. I'm looking through my notes.
Meanwhile, when you
Yeah.
look at something, I want to share my stats. So if you guys are interested in creating yours, you should. So I'm going to share my screen until you find what you were looking for.
Yeah, go for it.
So Michael was in Detroit in 2019 in May. That was the first time. So this is June 3rd, 2019. As you can see, we have number of active listings, pendings, last 30-day closed, last 6 months, which show the supply and demand. You divide the number of listings by the number of closed in last 30 days, average price, sold price, and list ratio. Fast forward Monday, we have the same amount of homes, 17,385, 365. So we have about 23 more homes than 2019.
Okay, so
I added this ratio as well, active to pendings. So you can see, and majority of our markets price range especially are below 2 months, 2 months inventory.
So this is not open house specific, but I wanted to jump into this for a quick second, because you are really good at pricing your listings. We talked about that. And part of the magic is that you pull this up in your appointments. Like you use data in your listing appointments. It's not just the CMA.
No, it's not.
You talked about 3 things. Like when you talk about pricing, what were those 3 things? Do you remember?
Yes. So the 3 things that when I use to price your homes are retail pricing. Retail pricing is their pricing, seller's pricing. How much do you want your house to sell for? 600. Okay. And then we price to the data. Data says 550. That's where we should be, not at 600. And then price below the data, just 5% to bring the interest, to bring the buyers through. Again, not everybody's going to buy the house, yet it will create that auction effect when they see 4, 5, 6, 7 families in the house at the same time during the open house.
Okay, so the 3 were retail pricing. So that is the seller's pricing. Number 2 is price to the data. That's what the market data is telling us. Or number 3, we can price below the data, about 5% under, to create an auction effect. Mr. Seller, which one do you want to do?
And I let them choose.
Excellent.
And then I let them know, in order for you to get the most, we should price here. And 9 out of 10 times, I like to price it at increments of $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
Just because when we create a search, we don't put in there, you're looking to 620, you're looking to 625 or 625 and up.
Mhm.
And because of that, I'm catching both ends of the market.
Yep. Yep. I love that. Cosmin, what was your background and what's your goal for the year?
My background, I have a degree in tourism,
Okay.
and my goal, my own, it's 36.
Excellent. Amy, what's your background and what's your goal for the year?
Most recently I was a store manager with Starbucks for 13 years. And my goal is 20 units, which is about 14 million in volume.
I love that. I love that. Any parting thoughts, either of you? Anything you want to leave us with? And if you guys haven't checked chat, their contact information is in chat. Amy is in Seattle. Cosmin is in the greater Detroit area, covers both of them cover a really big radius. And those of you who are in Texas, especially, you know you got to cover a big radius right now to get the amount of deals that you want to get. Anything that you guys want to leave us with this morning?
I can show everybody how to create their stats really quickly if anybody's
I would
interested.
love that. Yeah. Can you?
Yes. I'm guessing you are either with CoreLogics as the MLS or Paragon.
We
One of
have
the two.
you both probably.
Yeah. So what I did, I create those searches and I save them. So residential, active, pending, close 30 days, and close 6 months. This is for the MLS. Then I have my county, Macomb County,
Okay.
the same. And then I have Oakland County.
What were the four things that you said you were pending? Say it again. Really quick.
Active,
Yep.
pending,
Pending.
close 30 days.
Closed last
Oh,
30
I'm
days.
sorry, I didn't share. Let me share. I apologize for
Oh,
that.
okay, there you go. But I'm gonna still take notes.
Okay, so
No matter what MLS you have, you can do this. You just need to find where you do it.
correct. So this is for the MLS,
Yep.
active,
Yep.
pending,
Yep.
close 30 days, and close 6 months. So, and then I create a search for my counties right here, Macomb, and then Oakland, same searches for all the price ranges. I go to by 25,000 increments until I think 500,
Okay.
actually 400. So for example, that listing in Rochester, they were priced, they were in expired listing. So if I go closed 6 months, this is an entire county. I have 466. And when I go to a specific city, I just select that and show them we have 35 closings.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to be more specific, I go about a mile around your listing.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Question for you. These are just personal saved searches in your MLS, right?
Yes, you have to spend a little bit of time in the beginning. You have
You're
to
just
create
setting it up. So it's set up
correct.
like an open house. You're setting up, right? You don't just walk in and just like waltz in, right? So you're setting up your searches, and then are you exporting the data every week?
No, I pay my son $25 to do it for me.
Okay. I like it. He's a 17-year-old. So those of you with 17-year-olds, right?
And
I
he's
love
been
that.
doing it for about 3 years now.
Excellent. Excellent. And when you're in a listing appointment, Cosmin, you're saying, okay, say they want,
555, right? 555.
okay, I love that. And then if they're saying I want 600 and you're like, hold on, let's look in your county. How many homes over 600 have ever sold? Great. Let's take it to your city. Let's
Correct.
take it to your neighborhood. There's never been anything in your neighborhood selling over 600. Our real price is 550.
Yeah, and if they are if they want too much, I'm not taking the listing.
Because it's a reflection on you that you're unable to sell listings.
And spend money that I won't see.
I love your honesty. And I think more of us need to be that honest with ourselves and with our clients. Because it, like, we talk about mental health a lot, and we're like, why is everybody so anxious? Why is everybody so tired and stressed? Well, when you're taking on clients that you're not able to help, and when something is severely overpriced, you are unable to help them. And because you're unable to help them, it starts messing with you. Like, am I really good? Not only does it start messing with you, it starts messing with what other people think of you. Cosmo, that's really good advice, man.
So I saw a question in the chat. These are searches that you can save like a client search. You know, it will stay there forever. I created them 6 years ago. They don't go anywhere.
Right on, right
And
on.
it's yours.
I love that. I love that. Amy, anything you want to leave us with? Any parting thoughts?
Just say, challenging markets allow us to get creative in the ways that we get results. There's no harm in trying new things, challenging ourselves, challenging the status quo, even our personal status quo. Just break the mold a little bit, try new things, get creative. And, you know, if you're trying to get creative in your market, I would be so receptive to having a personal chat and just talking through different ways to go after different challenges. And I would also piggyback on that and say, when trying new things, it's so critical to not just test it for a couple of weeks and say, oh, well, that didn't work. But instead, you know, I'm big on the 60, 90, and 6 month challenges to just really, really see if something works before you throw in the towel and say, oh, that's not for me.
I love that. I love that. Give it time. Give anything time. Amy, how long have you been in the business now?
6 years.
6 years. Cosmin, how long have you been in the business, sir?
I got in 2007 when everybody was getting out.
Woo!
Wow.
All right, we have ridden the waves, haven't we?
And my first check was $143.
Nice.
Oh, checks are much nicer nowadays, aren't they? Oh, that. Amen to
Wow.
that. You guys are awesome. What I love about you guys is you guys have built a business and a life for yourselves. This business has created a really good life for you and continues to do that for you, right? Like, all of us want a six-figure income, and we keep doing it. And what I love is sometimes we have big personalities on here, and that's great. The reality, but sometimes is we're not those big personalities. So then we're like, okay, they did that because they are them, right? Guys, Amy's normal. Cosmin is normal. We are normal. And normal is cool. And normal gets it done, right? And it's just about, like, take something that Cosmin said, take something that Amy said, and just go to work with it. So super, super impressed with you guys. Thank you for being on this morning and helping us out over here in Texas and beyond. And we love having you. All
Thank
right.
you for the
Thanks
invite.
so much.
Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your time. We're off next week because we are doing call night. Those of you who are doing call night. And then we'll be back with Julie Youngblood on, I think, the 27th. And we'll do a sneak peek of Playstate in Texas for those of you who are coming. Bye, guys. Have a good
Take
rest
care.
of your day. See you later.
Bye. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.